Don't let others control your mind, the Buddha's teaching. There are days when a single sentence, light as a passing breeze, is enough to weigh down the heart. A cold glance, a brief criticism, or even just a sigh from someone suddenly makes our inner world tremble. People often say, words are as precious as gold. Yet sometimes, words also carry sorrow, pressing heavily upon the heart. Perhaps you have lived through such a moment. A casual, or intentional, remark keeping you awake through the night. You replay it again and again in your mind, like a sad melody that refuses to end. You analyze every word, every tone, every hidden meaning, trying to find where you went wrong. Trying to understand why the other person said what they said. And then you wonder, imagine, and ultimately wound yourself further. But do you realize something? That pain does not come from the words. It comes from the one who hears them. If the mind were like a still lake, even if someone threw a stone into it, the ripples would last only a moment. But if the mind were already tense, burdened by countless worries, a single drop of water could make it overflow. The words of the world are merely wind. The disturbance arises because the leaf is not steady enough. The branch is not calm enough. The mind is not spacious enough to let the wind pass through without leaving a trace. Human beings do not suffer because of words, but because of the meaning they assign to those words. When someone says something unpleasant, our mind immediately interprets. They look down on me. They are attacking me. I must be inadequate. I must be worthless. We do not only hear the words, we hear the echo of the ego within them. The ego, small, fragile, always afraid of being hurt, believes that criticism is a direct assault on its worth. It reacts, defends, and creates resistance. And that resistance is what causes pain. It is like when someone throws a burning coal into your hand. The coal only burns if you hold onto it. If you open your hand, the coal falls, and there is nothing left to burn you. Most people hold tightly to the words they hear, embracing them as if clutching a burning ember, then wonder why they are burned. The speaker merely speaks, but it is we who hold on. If we do not hold, there is nothing there that can burn us. The story of the gift not accepted. One day, a man came to insult the Buddha. He hurled harsh and poisonous words at him. The Buddha simply stood there, silent and unmoving like a mountain. When the man grew tired, the Buddha gently said, "You offer me a gift. If I do not accept it, to whom does this gift belong?" The man was stunned. The Buddha continued, "Likewise, you offer me your anger and hatred through your words. I do not accept them. Therefore, they still belong to you." This story is not merely a teaching on patience. It is a lesson on inner freedom. We cannot control what others say, but we can decide whether we receive those words or not. In this life, people speak endlessly. But how many know how to listen with a mind that does not receive, does not cling? When someone speaks ill of you, that is not the truth about you. It is only a mirror reflecting their own mind. A person filled with insecurity spreads insecurity. A person full of anger speaks harshly. A person in pain radiates suffering. A person who does not understand themselves cannot understand others accurately. We suffer because we believe their words hold truth. But in reality, they are only describing their fears, their wounds, their old traumas, their lack of awareness, and the parts of themselves they cannot accept. They speak about themselves, but we think they are speaking about us. It is like someone carrying garbage, walking past us and throwing it on the ground. If we do not bend down to pick it up, the garbage is theirs, not ours. Many misunderstand indifference as apathy or ignoring others. But in the Dharma, indifference does not mean lack of care. It means not reacting. It is a wise indifference, a form of letting go. That is not abandonment. When someone insults you, they want you to become angry. They want your reaction to feel powerful. But if you remain still, the mind unmoved, they lose their foothold. Without your reaction, the fire of their anger extinguishes itself. It is like wind blowing into empty space. Without resistance, the wind simply passes through without a sound. A mind that does not resist is a mind solid as a mountain. To avoid being hurt by the words of others, we need 3 layers of protection. 1. Emotional distance. Do not merge with the emotions of others. Hear the words, but do not step into their story. Keep the words at the edge of the mind. Do not let them enter your inner home. 2. Neutrality. No praising, no blaming, no defending, no attacking. Listen with a mind as open as the sky. No one can shoot an arrow into empty space. 3. Reflection like a mirror. When a mirror reflects something unpleasant, it does not keep the image. It simply reflects and returns it. Let your mind be like a mirror. Receive. Then release. Without holding. The Buddha taught. Anger is like holding a burning coal to throw at someone else. The one burned first is yourself. Many people do not realize they are burning their own hands whenever they hold on to the insults of others. When you cling to a hurtful phrase, you are holding the ember. When you replay it, analyze it, chew on it, you are gripping it tighter. When you retell it to others, you are spreading the ember throughout your own mind. The coal cools only when you put it down. Letting go is not weakness. Letting go is courage. It is the recognition this is no longer worth holding. Many people think an unmoving mind is now more emotionless. But that is misunderstanding. An unmoving mind still feels. But it is not swept away. It has a place to stand. Not blown over by the winds of the world. When you no longer believe praise is truth. No longer believe criticism is truth. No longer define yourself by the minds of others. That is when your mind becomes free. A free person cannot be insulted. A mindful person cannot be manipulated. A person who understands themselves does not need to explain themselves to the world. An unmoving mind is not built by accumulating thousands of things, but by letting go of one thing. There is a beautiful image in meditation. The mind is the sky. Words are clouds. Clouds come and go. Beautiful clouds pass. Ugly clouds pass. Dark clouds dissolve. White clouds drift. You do not need to chase clouds to fix them. You do not need to grasp clouds to keep them. Simply see and let them go. The same is true of words. Holding them brings suffering. Letting them go brings peace. When you become indifferent to gossip in the right way, you begin to see the deeper nature of things. You see that words are impermanent, arising and fading, appearing and disappearing the instant the sound ends, only because the mind clings to them. Do we suffer long? When you practice wise indifference, you practice non-attachment. You learn to live from your true nature, not dragged along by the emotions of others. You learn to stand firm within yourself. Such indifference is not coldness, but warmth, gentleness, wisdom. In this life, no one can stop others from speaking, but you can stop their words from entering your heart. If the mind is spacious, their words become small. If the mind is bright, their words fade. If the mind is calm, their words dissolve. Learn to be a still lake. The wind comes, the wind goes, yet the water remains clear. Leaves fall, leaves sink, yet the lake remains serene. When you are no longer controlled by the words of others, when you understand that their emotions belong to them, when you release the burning coals, then you truly live in freedom. At that moment, whatever people say becomes only wind. Wind brushing past hills, wind passing through forests, wind flowing around you, and continuing on its way, and you, still sitting there, calm as a mountain.
Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to watch more interesting videos.